Hey, good evening, everybody. It's your boy Eric Buck. EB is in the building. And once again, we are here for Get Off My Lawn. But this is the bonus edition. Today, talk some athletic competition, some sports, y'all. And as you see, I got two co-hosts today. So we got three for the price of one. So we're going to get it in. Now, here's the thing. You know, in a previous life, I had aspirations. You know what I'm saying? And one of them aspirations was I wanted to do the PA announcing at one of these professional sporting athletic procedures. You know what I'm saying? So as I introduce my guest today, I'm going to get my little introduction on. Okay, so you know, I have to break out my microphone. Y'all know how I do. Okay, now over here to my left, we got a young man who has his own blog for sports. Name of said blog is Pure to the Game. He is also doing sports commentary in his own podcast when he gets time from his busy work schedule. I give to you the one, the only, Hugh Lee.
Definitely appreciate you having me on the show, man.
That's what's up, Hugh. And then, of course, to my right, this man has many, many accolades. He's been an educator. He's been an officer of the law. He's been a learned brother. He is a producer, a director. He is also the host of his own podcast broadcast known as Pure and Uncut with our guy, the one we know as Coach V. But this brother right here, we call him Will Muhammad.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
What up, y'all? And like I said, between the three of us, we're going to talk some sports with y'all. Let's see what we got going. Israel's in the house. What up, Israel? Glad you could check the show out. As y'all know, this is the time I got to check my devices here so I know who's saying what and whatnot, because some of y'all show up on my stream, y'all. Some of y'all don't. Miss Pat is in the house. What's going on, Miss Pat? How you doing? See your boy Will over there. You know Miss Pat from your show, Will. She checks in all the time with you. Yes. Okay, while I'm doing that, why don't y'all brother kind of give a quick introduction of yourself? You started off, Hugh.
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Go on and introduce yourself to the people right quick, Hugh.
Oh, hey, how y'all doing, man? My name is Hugh Lee. You know, I'm live in the flesh. My podcast is Pure to the Game, and my blog. I've been doing that now for a good 2 years, man. We're trying to get back up and running. Apologize for everybody because I know right now my work schedule been pretty hectic, but just really glad to be here with y'all and just give y'all my sports knowledge. Me, E, and my man's Will over there.
That's what's up. Okay, Will, holla at the people for a minute. We can't hear you, Will. What's going on?
I forgot I had muted my mic.
Okay, there you go.
I want to say thanks a lot to E-Buck for, inviting me to the show, man.
Absolutely, my brother.
Of course, my show, Pure and Uncut, Lions Football Talk with Coach V and me, airs every Sunday at 12 noon, where we talk about sports and everything else.
That's what's up. That's what's up. And they had a real good broadcast last Sunday. Had some young ladies that he used to coach, him and Coach V, and they had some great stories to tell. They had a lot of great energy. Megan and y'all, if y'all out there, what's up? Y'all keep doing what y'all doing. I definitely want to have y'all on the show one time soon. So, yeah, I'm going to be in touch with Will. We're going to set that up. Especially you, Megan. You come with the fire, girl. Okay.
We got a part 2 coming to that. We got some other players. We got one player in particular who we wanted on the show. She led the league in rushing, I think, for like 2 or 3 seasons in a row. But she went back. She's from Ghana. She was born her parents.
Oh yeah, I remember y'all talking about her.
And so she's in Ghana, and the touring schedule kind of interfered. But she said when she come back home, she most definitely want to be on the show. So I got some of our other teammates we're gonna bring on.
Okay, that's what's up.
Yeah,
that's what's up. Okay, Miss Pat, say hello, everybody.
What's up, Miss Pat?
Will not miss the show. We thank you, Miss Pat, for coming in. H2 is in the building.
H2.
Well, I have arrived late. H2 is in the building.
When H2 in the building, it's over.
You know, H2 been looking for you, Coach. Say she don't like how you be talking about them Cowboys. You know that's the squad. Sure appreciate you clowning them Cowboys like that, especially you and V. Y'all be getting on about it. We're gonna talk about them a little later
Well,
on.
I don't think she want to get on one of the other sports sites I'm on because they be getting trashed.
All right, Miss Patsy, that's what's up. And the broadcast Sunday was definitely good. Thank you. I'm sure Will thanks you as well.
Yes, thank you.
All right, so yeah, fellas, let's go ahead and get into it. First topic we're gonna talk about is a little college football, and I'm gonna start it on off with my squad. Shout out to you, Coach V, my fellow super fan. Our Wolverines, they done, y'all. They done for the season. COVID then got them and ate them up. They still got over 30 cases on the team alone. Not even counting staffers and all that, just teammates. So they had to go on here to shut it down for the season. So basically, we got 4 or 5 games of trash by my Wolverines, and now they done. And other teams will probably follow suit because at this point, COVID is still rapid throughout college football. Some weeks they make out all right. There's a couple cases they don't let them play, but they got any big outbreaks, got to shut it down.
You know, the only thing I never understood that being a former coach, what I couldn't understand, and also being a former, college player, is during an outbreak, a pandemic like this, why wouldn't they mandate the players, stay on campus, can't leave? Come on, I mean, you guys been to college, you play college ball, those times where during Hell Week, hey, ain't nobody going nowhere. But why didn't that happen in college football? At least with the Wolverines, because I'm looking at some of the other schools, universities, and they're not having the problems that Michigan and some of the other programs.
Right.
Only a few programs are having.
Well, see, keep in mind, if you notice around the league, one of the main out of the Power 5 conferences that had issues was the Big Ten.
Mhm.
And every school in the conference had to shut it down for at least one of them 8 weeks. Well, going into the 9th week now, but yeah, I think only like 2 of the teams out of the whole league play all their games.
Yeah, I don't get it. I don't. I'm disappointed in Coach Harbaugh. I'm really disappointed. That's pretty much all I can say
I'm
there.
not only so disappointed in what he had going this year in terms of the players. I mean, I'm disappointed in how he ran the program. Seeing he was one of the main people who wanted the Big Ten to jump off this year. What you think, Hugh?
I just think the product he put out was trash anyway, man. Just very disappointed in the way I just don't think he adjusts, man. He don't do halftime adjustments, man. I don't even think he do in-game adjustments. And a lot of people I know who are Ohio State fans, man, they was giving me the business, telling me, oh, man, y'all cowards, y'all chickened out. I said, well, that was just the COVID that got them right now. But I just don't really feel like they doing a good job, man. I can't even say just as Michigan as a whole, but Harbaugh, man, because he run off at the mouth too much, and he want to run off at the Nick Sabans and the heavy hitters, man. You can't run off at the mouth and Nick Saban, man, if you ain't putting no good product out there, man. You need to keep your mouth shut. And right now, for what I'm saying is, I just don't feel like we're doing enough, man. I miss them days when Michigan was a feared team and Big Ten was a feared conference. It's only one team now that you fear in the Big Ten is basically Ohio State. Maybe you may get like a Wisconsin or somebody who is a powerhouse team, but it's not often that the whole Big Ten is basically being feared like we used to be in the past.
I mean, maybe we could give them a pass that maybe they had wrote the season off, and then when the athletic directors of the Big Ten got together and said, okay, we're going to put it on, I think maybe, because, I've had opportunity, you always hear me talk on my show. I know Jim, we've had, I've had opportunities to talk to him, one-on-one, and he's pretty much always been very well prepared, especially all of the coaches clinics that I've been to, that they've sponsored and that they threw on. And so I really kind of think that's probably one of the problems. I'm only going to say one of, because it's a lot. But then we look at the kid from West Bloomfield that committed today. I think they got a running game to come in now.
Yeah, I seen some of them highlights. He looked pretty good.
Oh yeah, he is. I mean, I was blessed to coach with Coach Grice and those guys. Grice gave me my start in high school football, and of course I work with Bellamy and a lot of coaches clinics with the Detroit Lions. So he comes from a very well coached school, so program. So his adjustment to college ball, it really shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. I mean, well, okay. I'm gonna go to another topic, and then we're gonna come back to this. So put a pin in this, y'all. All right. Now, of course, we working on a championship week here this week in college football, and as you know, the 5 teams that's vying to make the championship right now. Of course, we got Alabama. We got the 2 teams that's basically gonna play each other in the end: Notre Dame and Clemson. We of course got Ohio State, and of course that's the issue because they've only played 5 games, and people feel some type of way about that.
I don't. I think they did what they were supposed to do.
Yeah.
They shouldn't be penalized because a team was not able to compete. That's not their problem.
I
Their
mean,
fault.
you do the eye test with them; they are clearly one of the best teams, offensively, defensively, special teams. You can't argue that. Okay, let me get some of these comments. Hello, Granley. Everybody saying hi to everybody.
What's up? What's up?
There's an echo coming from the guy. Yeah, we know about. We working it out. Yes, Big Ten football has gone downhill. It definitely did this year. I can't argue that. Hey, Princess.
I mean, are we saying Big Ten football went downhill because of a team or two? I mean, are we saying that because our
I'm
Michigan
saying
teams
that myself from the overall product. Usually it's like 5 or 6. It's usually like 5 or 6 people in the Big Ten that is at least in that top 15, top 20, gonna go to a big bowl. This year, I'm not seeing that. We got Indiana, we got Ohio State. After that, what we looking at?
You could probably sprinkle in Northwestern.
Yeah, I was gonna say you got to sprinkle.
Okay, yeah, I give you Northwestern, maybe a little bit of Iowa, but again, the rest of the league ain't looking at Iowa. Usually the Big Ten is more of the haves and the have-nots. This
Well, I
year,
think Iowa was making a good surge. We know sports is about momentum and rhythm and all of those things. And once you get all those things going, so I could see something really happening with Iowa, especially in that Wisconsin game. I was like, man, they held Wisconsin to 7 points. I mean, who would have thought that was going to happen in that in that game? So it is what I mean. The Big Ten started. When did they come in? Like 6 weeks into the
basically like 7 or 8 weeks in.
I mean, come on, man. I mean, we gotta call it for what it is. I mean, you start late. You already behind the gun. Yeah.
Okay, and keep in mind, the Pac-10 started even later. That being said, I think they're about the same amount of factor that they usually are in this thing. Hardly.
But how much practicing was the Big Ten?
And I think that's what's affecting the quality of the football overall.
Thank you.
Because remember, the people that signed up early on in this thing, the Alabamas and Southeast Conference schools, they had all that extra time to practice that the other teams did.
Well, you also got to take into consideration that there was no spring ball.
Yeah.
So we didn't get spring ball in.
Also true.
Kids that were coming out, able to go and go to the kids who committed, the new signees were able to go on campus and get there in April. What was that March? Yeah, April. So that didn't happen. So it was a lot of things that were factoring in to, and especially here in the Big Ten, because I mean, when you go down and you start talking about the Alabamas and the Miamis and the Clemsons and those schools, they just cut different.
Yeah.
They cut different, and I think it's a little cheating that go on down there too. But the old saying,
what do you mean, Mr. Muhammad?
Well, I mean, I think
saying they kind of sprinkling with a little something in the pockets.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not. This isn't facts. This is my my gut feeling. Because even if I did know, I wouldn't. I'll never tell. But but y'all know what I'm talking about. I'm leaving it
I
at
done
that.
been on the college campus. I've had college roommates who have played on basketball and football teams. I'm not gonna confirm or deny what you're saying, but I ain't mad at it. I'm gonna leave it at that. Your thoughts, Mr. Hugh?
Yeah, man. I think that slow start definitely hurt us too. But then it was like he said, man, we was delayed for a while, playing any type of activities. But man, it affected some of everything. We see it not only in college but in NFL. I'd be like, man, what the hell wrong with this team? Like how the Ravens, kind of was sluggish, but the Ravens are still who we thought they were. We seen that on Monday night. Probably one of the best games I've seen this year.
Okay,
So
now don't jump the gun on us, Hugh. Stick with the
okay.
college right now.
Let me stick to college, man. I feel like right now, when it comes to just in general, man, COVID kind of affected a lot of things, though, man, and on the athletes. And I feel like that's what kind of hurt Big Ten, football period. But I feel like still they can rebound, though, man. We just got to see what happens, after this season because, man, nobody was prepared for this,
Right.
Even if you say you was.
Here's my thing. Okay, we know they're doing championship week. That's going to go as it is. Then that's going to give us the championships. That's going to give us bowl season. And keep in mind, this year for bowl season, usually you have to have a winning record or at least have 6 wins to qualify for a bowl. This year they have cut all that out. Basically, if you can play, we want you. Come on. What do y'all think of that?
Say that one more time.
Basically, for bowl season, you don't have any win requirements. Any team could get invited, period.
Well, I mean, that's kind of like going back to the old school, the old way. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not as excited about college football this year overall.
I can't say I am either, to be honest.
I'm just, so I don't care.
Okay. Well, at least Big Ten is still a powerhouse in softball. Actually, Pac-10 more of a powerhouse in softball for real, but that's not sure. Was the Big Ten conference the only one that didn't have spring ball? No, most of the conferences did not.
Well, at least up in the Midwest,
right?
Down south. Remember
ACC and SEC, a lot of them did.
Yeah, because they weren't having the numbers, the problems because of the warm weather. So those schools in the warmer weather climates weren't as affected by COVID early stages of COVID as we were. Because remember, we got hit with the first round of it in winter, right at the onslaught of winter when we really get pounded, with the cold and the snow. And so, I mean, it is what it is, but I mean, you can see my energy with college football. It's like, it is what it is,
right. Okay.
I'm glad that we got a chance to see some of the kids, but I was disappointed that some of the kids that should have been playing.
Y'all know what this is looking like to me. And again, I think we get the same championship game we've been getting these last 2 years.
It's a lot of feedback.
Alabama, Clemson. Yeah, I'm hearing that.
Okay. Open up a little bit more too, man. I'm sick of this, just the 4 teams, man. They need to do it like just 8 teams all together, man. Because that's something to take away from them too, man. Them not having enough teams playing in the championship and the playoffs, That's one thing that's been irritating me when they first did it. I said, man, why don't they just get more teams? I'm just glad they opened up and they said they was going to even have like a playoff in the championship. But man, you know how much more money they can make if they have more teams. The NFL is doing that right now. But I just feel like college should have been jumped on that bandwagon and say, let's get more teams. Let's get the top 8 and let's go from there. Rather than the top 4, that's crazy. It's teams, you never know. You can see upsets. We always see upsets in college, man. Like if you told me right now the LSU was going to beat Florida, I would laugh at you. But it happened.
Yes, H2, Michigan has been a power in softball a lot, as has Michigan been a power in baseball. But we're not talking that right now, H2. We're talking about. Okay, it's a lot of feedback. Yeah, we working it out. We're trying to figure out what's going on. We're going to get it together. But like I said, I think we're looking at Clemson, Alabama all over again.
Yeah.
And take your pick as to who wins that one.
I like Clemson. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like I like Alabama, but Clemson. It's I keep forgetting the quarterback's name. This is 14. I
You
like
talking
that.
about Clemson?
Yeah, I
Tell
like
me the
that.
name, Hugh. I know you know the name.
Oh yeah, Trevor Lawrence. He's
Yeah,
really
Trevor.
nice.
I like that kid. I really like him. He's NFL ready.
He's ready
Yeah.
right now.
He's
I
NFL
don't think
ready.
the NFL ready for the team he about to go to though.
Well, that's to be determined. I said if it's any
Yeah,
you trade up to get that number one pick, this is that year.
yeah, you're right.
Well, the Jets, man. I wouldn't want to go to the Jets.
They still gonna suck even with Trevor Lawrence. Would it be as bad as say the Cowboys or the Steelers? Yeah, I'm messing with some of y'all. That's about to get some responses going.
Well, I can't wait to get to us to talk NFL.
Okay, well we
I
about to
can't
go
wait.
there. So yeah, like I said, we'll have to see how it plays out. I say when they get to the real championship, take them 14, pull them up, put them in the bubble. And none of the campuses open anyway. They all online anyway, so that shouldn't be an issue.
Oh,
Set up
not
the
at all.
computer room for them so they can study and whatnot, and then go ahead and let them get their play on, so people can make their money because that's what it's all about. Let's be honest. NCAA want their money. The sponsors want their money. The studios want their money. So go ahead and let them do that.
And then one,
Yeah, I know. I talked about your team. We about to get to them right now.
and one other quick note: did you all hear that the Supreme Court is going to be listening? I think they said in April to spring. Um, um, the United States Supreme Court and the NCAA, they'll be hearing them this spring on the whole pay and being able kids to being able to start getting money and being able to set that groundwork. So I'm really excited about that.
Yep, because it needs to go on legitimately.
Yeah.
Money
Long
get paid
overdue.
regardless.
Because these kids they killing themselves, making these people billions of dollars, and they had nothing to show for it for most of them. So
I
yeah,
think
it had to happen.
I don't even think a lot of people understand, knew that, college players, they got stipends, but kind of imagine, I don't know, 'cause I think I'm a little older than you guys, but shit, my stipend wasn't nothing but $150.
And like I said, when I was at Eastern, the players there was getting somewhere around 200. So
Yeah.
yeah. Well, at least the stipend was.
So with that being said, because this, you look at how many players have been damaged who were ready to go to the NFL, and because they took some lunch money, I hope that those players will be able, after this ruling, because I do believe the Supreme Court is going to side with the players. You know what I'm saying?
Agreed.
And I hope that maybe those kids who got damaged, who were affected by that, who were NBA bound, I mean NFL bound or NBA bound, that they will be able to file some kind of lawsuit against the university and get some money.
I know that's right.
Oh,
You,
And that I'm looking forward to that new NCAA football on PS5.
they're gonna have their names and everything on them this time. Right?
Exactly. So they can get paid.
Cool.
All right. Cousin Tanya in the house. What up? What's going on, cuz? Okay, yeah. We through with college football, y'all. It is
Yeah,
what it is.
It see how quick that was? It was just like the season.
Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. All right, got a few comments. What about this thing with the HBCU and sports?
Say that again.
This thing about the HBCU and sports. I think me and you talked about that earlier, H2, about what's going on with that. Some of the players are suing because they're saying they're not getting the proper opportunities that some of these regular mainstream schools is getting in terms of draft and things of that nature.
Well, I think that's going to change. See, this is what people have to understand. And I hate to throw the politics in for a minute, but this piece of the money situation has a lot to do. I mean, you got to think of this. If you don't know how much money you have from year to year, you have to wait until September. That's like charter schools. When
Right.
charter schools open up, they don't get their money until after the first count.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
So people are sitting and waiting. So you can't really hire the staff you want to hire. You don't really know how much money you're gonna be able to spend because what? You don't really know your count. And so that's how the HBCUs were being treated for all these hundreds of years when it came to money.
Mm-hmm.
So the playing field, I expect the playing field, and I hope that Biden will keep that going because
True.
that's whoever comes in 10 years, after
Right.
10 years,
Right.
and will continue to keep that going because it's so important to even the playing field. But even in the playing field is about money.
True. Because like I said, even though Trump, one of the few stupid. Anyway, one of the few things that he actually did do that was good was what he did for the HBCU. I'm hoping not only does Biden go in and increase the amount of money that they get, but also work out other things because he says he wants to even out things in terms of equality. That's part of how you do that by giving the people that need that quality education better opportunities overall. What you think about that, Hugh?
Man, I definitely feel like they need to get better opportunities with the HBCU schools, man. But like you said, it's a process sometimes, man. You just gotta, take the baby steps, man. Sometimes when you want to get too big of a piece of the pie, man, it can explode, man. So I just feel like that's the right way to go about it, just to see how everything works. And I feel like just them just really get an opportunity to get more, like as far as the money and be financed, that's great. But yeah, man, you can't rush into it, man. And it's not really nothing that, and it seems like they're not being treated fairly, but it's just a process, man. You got to basically take the baby steps, man. You got to take the good with the bad because they are making strides in the right direction.
Right. And then definitely want to shout out Deion Sanders. He's starting to get people to lead a big Power 5 schools and come down there to Jackson State to see what he got going.
Oh, yeah.
So imagine if he can make them a powerhouse, what that'll do for HBCU.
And just going with what Hugh said, Hugh just hit it right on the nail when he said it's just a process. I mean, you got to ask yourself this question: why in schools like now it slips on my mind, down in Louisiana, why aren't they in the SEC? Why, you know what I'm saying?
You talking about Lafayette?
No, not Lafayette. Get Grambling.
Okay, yeah,
Oh,
there you
yeah.
go.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, got a
Come
point
on,
there.
I mean, you they got a program down there.
They
You know
do.
what I'm saying? They got a program down there. So you everything at some point, maybe 50 years ago, 40, 50 years ago, we could be saying, okay, look at what they're doing to them. But 10 years, 12, 20 years now, why haven't y'all demanded a seat at the table in one of these conferences?
Absolutely. Okay, let me get to the comments. Hold on. I think college players should be paid because they bring a lot of money to the schools. Absolutely. Exactly, Eric. And I think that it's so unfair. It's like they are taking advantage of them. They absolutely are taking advantage of them. Trust. Deion Sanders. Yep. I'm liking what Deion got going down there so far. But okay, like I said, we about to go on, jump off this college football and head into the pros. I think we're headed toward week 14 right now.
Mm-hmm.
We starting to get some division in terms of who's making the playoffs and who's not. As you know, the playoffs is expanded this year, so we're gonna get a couple extra ones in the mix. Okay, right now the big two teams, at least in the AFC, is of course the Chiefs. Shout out to all my fam that's listening, big Kansas City fans down there in Missouri, obviously. And of course, we also got to talk about the Steelers. Those are the two top teams right now. Out of those two teams, do you see either one of them going to the Super Bowl at this point in the AFC?
Well, I'm gonna go straight and go and hit it right at the I like Pittsburgh. They've always been one of my favorite teams, franchises, but Buffalo is the new leaders on the block. I believe it's going to be Buffalo and Kansas City in the AFC championship game. And I'm gonna go on a limb and say Buffalo is going to edge out Kansas City.
Oh boy.
I'm
Okay,
going for
fam.
the
Y'all heard him
upset.
say that. I want to hear some
I'm going for the
reaction.
upset.
That's very controversial where y'all down at. Me
I'm
and
going for the
myself, I'm kind
upset.
of with my fam on this one. I say KC, not only is they going, but they're repeating. Flat out. What you got, Hugh? What you got on?
And I'm definitely looking at Kansas City as one of the teams who will be in the conference championship. But like Will said, man, damn, I seen Buffalo, man, and I was like, this team ain't playing right now.
Yeah.
Me being a huge Patriot fan for so many years, I already knew last year. I was like, man, I think they about to take over the AFC East.
Mm-hmm.
It took a year for them to do it, but man,
Mhm.
they're so dominant, man. And it's like Pittsburgh, man, they humiliated them guys, man. The little because they was doing like dink and dunk passes, they was blowing up, they line. They play bully ball with Pittsburgh, man. And yeah, if any team can be a threat to KC, I say definitely Buffalo, man. But yeah, KC right now is one of the favorites, but that's the team I was telling my boy too. I said Yasser, man, because my boy Yasser, if you listening, big ups. He's from Buffalo. He
Okay.
never felt like they had a chance. This year, any year, man, I think they could definitely, spark a fire under Kansas City and put them on notice right now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because if you break down, if you put these two teams, if you put Kansas City and Buffalo side by side, they almost mirror each other. But I give the edge to Buffalo because they actually really on defense on all three
Yeah,
levels of
they're definitely a better
defense,
defensive
they
team.
are rock solid. They are rock solid. Their line, their defensive line, they bring pressure every down. Their defensive backs, they play the run, they play the pass. Their linebackers, they play the run, they play the pass. I mean, that's not something that you see often in football.
Very true.
Where you can go 11, all 11, players on that Buffalo team and try to find where the weakness is.
Yeah, because Davis White is one of the best cornerbacks in the game. He always top four. And then I forgot Josh Norman was on that team. I
Thank
said,
you.
damn.
That's what I
That
looked,
team is loaded, man.
and that's what brought me in. When I saw Josh, I was like, "Oh snap, Josh! Oh, it's over."
Okay, now see, here's the thing though. That being said, we know Buffalo got that nice defense, but look at all them weapons they got in Kansas City, bruh.
They got the weapons, but again, I'm always going to go. And again, look, I'm not taking anything away from Kansas City, but numbers don't lie. How many how many Super Bowl teams who won the Super Bowl are able to come back and win it the next year?
This is
And
true.
repeat.
You know the last team to do it, Hugh. Tell them who the last team was that did it. I know you know.
New England.
Of course, I'm messing with Hugh because he a big Patriots fan.
Oh yeah, I mean, but look, if you wasn't a fan of New England, you was a hater because they were just that good.
You had to give them their respect.
You got to give them their respect, man.
Yeah,
So
okay, hold on. Let me get to these comments. You know they ain't liking some of what y'all saying.
that's cool. I like that.
I see the Steelers going to the Super Bowl. Now,
What?
No.
as a Steelers fan, after seeing them get beat by Buffalo, I think that Buffalo can make it all the way. There were still some real monsters, but I have to stick with my Steelers regardless. Ain't no wrong with being loyal.
Oh yeah, stick with your team, but be honest about. I mean, it's like me. I'm sporting my Lions gear. I'm a Lions fan, but I'm gonna keep it 100 with you about my Lions too.
As
And
I
let me
always
tell you,
do. Love my Lions, but they suck.
Yeah, let me tell you, Pittsburgh has problems in the secondary. Pittsburgh has problems at the linebacker position, and when you have problems at the linebacker and at the in your secondary, come on.
And they also lack depth at running back.
Thank
they
you.
have issues with that. So when you're trying to get into a game with a team like Kansas City and you want to control football, you can't run the ball effectively, and you leave them to be on the offense all day. That's gonna be a long day for you.
But what Buffalo showed that. I mean, Buffalo has been the exposers.
Yeah.
They've exposed so-called elite teams they've been exposing them and showing where their
Now let
weaknesses
me throw
are.
another X Factor team in the mix. What y'all think about them Tennessee Titans?
Hey, Tennessee. I mean, you know what? And I'm glad you bring that up because I think, hey, let me throw another spoiler in.
Okay.
Tennessee and Buffalo in the AFC Championship.
So you say Kansas City and Pittsburgh get upended, and we get that in the championship game. That'll be real interesting.
I mean, just think you can end up getting Buffalo playing in the semis. You can get Buffalo and 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 Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
And then you can get Kansas City and Tennessee.
Right.
Come on.
Because, see, keep in mind, I start out with the AFC first because we more or less know who the real contenders is on that end of it. So now we get to this NFC, and in my opinion, we don't know what we're going to get at this point.
Hey, look, Washington.
Clear-cut leaders right now. What do you?
Washington, everybody better watch out for Washington.
Now, why you say that about them Skins?
And I'm going to tell you why.
Happy about this here.
Coach Rivera. Okay, remember, he started the season late. He was battling cancer, going through his, boom. And so he had to come in. So look at those games they lost. Boom, boom, boom. He comes back in. He takes over, picks back up, and look at where they're at now.
Right. But then the thing that concerns me about the Redskins is that the quarterback situation as it is now is very shaky. Smith is doing pretty decent, everything considered.
Man, Alex Smith is doing. Hold on. Come on, keep it 100, Buck. Alex is doing better than anybody expected he was going to do.
He's definitely doing better than I expected, but my concern is that one good hit.
But that's with any quarterback. One good hit, and what I'm saying?
Man, you don't have to think about what it took for that man to get back to this point.
But he's there. It don't matter about that. He's there. He's there. He's back. All those doubts should be over with. We shouldn't even be talking about that now. We should be zeroing in on look at what the performance and where they're at right now.
Well, what do you think, Hugh?
Yeah, vicious, man. Especially that defense, man. Damn, I knew when they got that together, that's Ron Rivera's, bread and butter right there, man. But like he said, man, Will Wright, man. Alex Smith been playing, man, lights out, man. And that team believed. That's all they really needed was a leader, man.
That's it.
Haskins, nobody believed in him, man. Definitely when Smith came back, that was the best thing that could have happened to them, man. Because not only now is the defense clicking, they've been clicking the whole year, but the offense is starting to step up, man.
Yep. Like I said, the thing I do like is, like I said, you see their energy on. I really like Chase Young out of Ohio State. He's been real good these last couple games. He worked that number 2 pick.
Yeah.
The pick that we got on the Lions, I mean, I understand he out for the rest of the year, but even when he was in there, he wasn't showing me much. He was getting burnt a lot. Too much. But okay, let's talk about some of these other potential contenders. We got to go on here and talk about the GOAT. Got Tampa Bay, much like a whole bunch of extra weapons and whatnot, but he don't seem to be quite getting it done with them the way we figured he would. Is it going to be enough to get them to the playoffs?
Well, they're going to the playoffs. I don't see them not getting in the playoffs, but it's the coaching.
I agree.
Clearly, I hope Fox is watching so he can get us, bring us on as analysts because we breaking it down right.
Yeah, we is. For sure.
But clearly, I like the coach, but he's clearly showing, that old school, my way or the highway. I'm not willing to. I mean, come on, there's no way. Look, man. You know how much I would have paid. I literally would have paid to have gotten championship players, you know what I'm saying, to come on my team. So it would have made my job that much more easy. You know what I'm saying? And when you got the GOAT, and I don't care what nobody say, Tom Brady is definitely the GOAT.
Absolutely.
When you got the GOAT, Man, I mean, dude, I'm standing on the sideline with my head set like this, bro.
I mean, bottom line, I look at that situation like it was briefly in Denver them last couple of years when Peyton Manning was there. He the offensive coordinator. He the
Thank you.
he the assistant coach. He all of that. Let him do his job.
Because I'm getting tired of Bruce Arians, man. You know,
Yeah.
saying crazy stuff. Oh man, Tom Brady missed this guy, man. He missed the deep route. This guy was deep.
And yeah, he missing a few of them, but in the same token, he changing stuff in the offense that he shouldn't. Let Tom Brady run his offense.
Absolutely.
He get stuff done.
But the bottom line is, guys don't even know their damn calls. They don't even know the calls
Right.
when he's changing the play at the line. They lost.
And that's why you see him with that look on his face, looking like Evans. What up, though? That ain't, you know.
But you notice if you look at the game and watch when Tom Brady takes Evans and pull him to the side away from the coaches and talk to him, boom, 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 get him on the same page. They come back out on the next series, and what happens?
Right.
Tom Brady letting a 40, 45, 46 yard, strike to Evans go.
Right, because if you've been watching the games these last few weeks for Tampa Bay, it's the three people he got going. Miller, of course, his boy that he got in there, Antonio Brown, and Grunt. People that he either been on the same page with for a minute or somebody, because him and Scott sat down, much like he did with Welker and Minister Pat, like, look, this is how it go down, blah, 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 blah. Be right where I need you to be right there, and I get it to you. So when he go to a big play, more times than not, them the people he going to.
Yeah, Tampa Bay just reminds me of Any Given Sunday.
In what way?
I mean, well, you remember when Coach Dan, when the coach when he first came in, he was riding, with his old school quarterback. The calls, you know what I'm saying, was boom. And when Willie Beeman got his shot, he went to the coach. He said, "Hey, man, you got us running this old school ball, man. Let us do what we do. Let me go, coach.
All right, let me air it out.
Yeah, let me go and air it out." And I think he got to be able to do the same thing with Tom Brady. Allow Tom Brady to, they don't have the best running game, but they, it's decent enough to sell that play action, so that you can get those safeties, biting and end up getting, Evans or one of those receivers or tight ends one-on-one, Gronkowski one-on-one, and they're going to win every time. So come on. My thing is they're just the coaching is very inconsistent.
Man, some people have been talking about it too, man. I've been hearing like professional guys, Adam Scheffler and a couple other people like, man, they don't think that Bruce gonna be there next year if he continues to go down the road and the path they're going down, man. Basically calling out time every time they get a chance and, basically not playing to Tom's strength. You see, whenever they had that double tight end set, man, he goes off, man. They put up 40 burgers every time, man. But then when Arians want to do his own thing, man, that's when it collapsed, man. It was a few really bad games that they played, man. And like the New Orleans game, man, the whole team looked lost, man, on both sides of the ball. And Aaron's got to be a better person when it comes to adjusting, man. Because remember when he was on the Cardinals, you know how long that lasted. It didn't last long. So, yeah, I'd be surprised if people want to pull him in because, yeah, of course, they said in the past, or, he was a quarterback guru or whatnot. But, the NFL is a what have you done for me lately league. So, yeah, if things don't work out in Tampa or say, even though I know they got some games right now, you can't say who wins what. Because any team can win on any given Sunday. Will reference to what you just said.
Right.
And they play Atlanta. You sandwich them in with the Lions. Then you got Atlanta again. Come on now.
Right.
I definitely feel like they're going to make the playoffs.
Okay. Well, all right. Hold on. We got some comments. Leah said, Washington. Ha ha. H2 saying everybody is one good hit away from being on the sideline. That is the nature of the beast. Absolutely. Y'all need a paid gig being football. And thank you, H2. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Miss Pat said, y'all are breaking it down for Fox. You better tell them. Auntie Nikki in the house. Auntie Nikki from Dish and T. And let's talk with Auntie Nikki. What up, Nikki? What's going on, boo? I love you, Auntie Nikki. Absolutely. Love you back. Just stop in and say hi. I'm going back to sleep. I'll watch it tomorrow. Love y'all. Okay. Thanks for stopping in. Drive by. That's what's up.
That's right. Appreciate it. I didn't did enough of that. I didn't did those a few times myself.
You gotta like that. We got all these ladies in the house, man. Checking out our football talk. I'm loving this.
Oh, most
Y'all keep chiming in. We appreciate you.
Hey, just one quick one on Bruce Arians. The big question I have is, where's the general manager? Where's ownership? I mean, come on. Why are we still seeing we're in week 12, 13?
Right. 13.
That conversation should have happened week 6.
Agreed. Long time ago.
Bruce, I need you in the office, buddy. Have a seat. You know, this is the conversation. Hugh is Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
I'm ownership.
Okay.
Bruce, look, I love everything you've done for the league. I want to know what the fuck is wrong with you now, man. We got Tom freaking Brady. We got TB. 2. Not Terry Bradshaw.
No.
We got Tom Brady.
We got 12 in the house.
We got number 12. I want to know, why isn't number 12 doing his thing?
Right. Because bottom line, yeah, we know you're a good coach. You've been here in a lot of years, but you see them rings he got?
To how many you have?
Exactly.
At least you know better too, man, because damn, you was a part of the Pages organization, man.
Thank you. But you know, that goes to
say something.
But that goes to show you, I was having this conversation with V. We were talking about that. And you just made a great point, Hugh. But look at the coaches that come from New England. They don't do that well. So it's clearly, you know, who the brains of all that is. It's all Belichick. And it seems that he's got a bunch of guys that he's brought in that were egomaniacs. But they knew, hey, if I'm gonna get my opportunity to get my own team, you know, to become the head, I gotta coach with this guy. I gotta, you know what I'm saying? I gotta run his system. And I believe that a lot of them didn't believe in his system. Because how do you leave? How do you go somewhere and win 2-3 Super Bowls with somebody? You know what I'm saying? Leave, get the opportunity to go get your own program, and you just flippity flip and just do the total opposite of everything you have been doing. I mean, come on, think of it. How many of us was excited about when Matt Patricia came for just for a second, even if it was only just in thought?
Mm-hmm.
Man, he's gonna bring that.
Hey, he had my vote early on to that first Jets game.
You know, we got Danny Amendola. I was like, oh, okay. You know, but then you start seeing all that craziness.
Let me address this question right quick, y'all. How do you think COVID has had an impact on the sports season? What's your thoughts, Hugh?
Man, it definitely hurt it, man. You know, we was talking about that before, Will, and I heard y'all discussing that recently. When with the OTAs and, you know, the training camps and all the things that you used to seeing, man. I noticed what benefited was the teams who already been playing together. For the most part, those are the teams who are still at strength right now.
Yeah, basically the teams that had small turnover. Agreed.
Yeah, you know, surprisingly, the Dolphins are way past the expectations, but like the New Orleans Saints, the teams who've been together, you know, are the teams that it benefited from. Hell, a lot of them was like, we needed that rest, you know, because some of them were so banged up, they didn't think they'd be ready for the season. And then you get this opportunity to rest up. They were fine. But the people like, you know, with Tom going over there to Tampa, and, you know, other people going to different teams, you know, Melvin Gordon to Denver, when you switch teams, man, and you ain't get all the time to share and do everything you need to know. Maybe if some of them knew the system or they were familiar with the coach, it would help. But when you go into a whole new system that you never played before, a la Cam Newton, you're going to have struggles, man. And he basically came like damn near 2-3 weeks before the season, and you still trying to learn his playbook that you could have definitely been doing and getting reps in training camp. So a lot of that stuff paid, you know, a hell of an impact. It put a hell of an impact on this year. And we've seen a lot more injuries too this year because of them not having the preseasons.
Yeah.
What you think, Will?
I mean, Hugh said it all. I mean, not football is all sports, but especially football because football is predicated on 11 guys playing, and they have to play in unison, and you almost have to know what that guy is going to do before he does it. You got to know where every man is going to be, and so I think again, just what you said is right. But but you also look at teams like the Lions who've been with each other and blah 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 blah, and they still came out looking like the same old Lions. And I'm gonna tell you who my comeback team, the Cleveland Browns.
Absolutely.
I'm so happy for Cleveland. Because LeBron's gone, and when LeBron was like, "Oh man, what's gonna happen?" The Cleveland Indians wasn't playing the best baseball, and then you get the Cleveland Browns, and they have a winning season. They've won 10 games. I can't even remember when that happened. Did Vinny Testaverde give them 10 games? I think he won like 9, 8 or 9.
We go back further than that.
Yeah, that's my my upset team. I think they still need to add a few more pieces here and there, but I think for all of the teams, I give Cleveland the big MVP because I don't know what they did, and I mean maybe some of these other teams need to call them up and say, hey, how were you all able to put that team together and do what you're doing through COVID and all of the other things, and then to go through losing a star receiver, and still performing.
Tell them, Will.
They still performing.
Yeah.
At a high level.
Hey. Okay. H2 is saying, I'm sorry, Jerry Jones needs to sit his ass down and hire a general manager, period. Okay, let's go there. We got to talk about them Cowboys. H2 is in the building. What's your thoughts on them Cowboys?
And people have been saying that about Jerry Jones since Jerry Jones owned the Cowboys, and that's not going to change. That's an old dog that don't want to learn a new trick.
Was Jerry Jones not the man who fired the greatest coach the Cowboys ever had to start it all off to begin with?
Yeah, that dude was crazy. You letting Jimmy Johnson walk like
no, I'm talking about Tom Landry. Did not
Jerry Landry? No, I mean
went there.
But now I'm probably gonna catch some flack for this, but I understood that part. I mean, you're talking about Landry. He was definitely getting old. You know what I'm saying?
Hell, he was old.
I was even saying, like, man, when Landry gonna go ahead and and sit down? Sometimes you got to know when it's time to, to hang them up. But we talking about Jerry M.F. Jones.
Mm-hmm.
It's my team.
Right. Absolutely. Okay. Hold on. Leah said, I'll catch the replay. Leah just popped in. All right, Leah. Thanks for stopping through. We appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
Jones is the butt, according to Helena. And Israel saying, how long do you think COVID will continue to affect sports in the upcoming year? I'm going to get to that because one of the things we're going to discuss is how some of these other sports going to deal with it. Plus the topic that H2 had me to throw in the mix that I thought would be really good to talk about. But before we go there, we're going to take us a little commercial break so everybody can go ahead and get a little water in and all that good stuff. And I got to play my janky commercials, as I call them. I've been working on it. You stop laughing at me, Will. Will in production business. Yeah, they definitely janky to him. But
I'm laughing because you calling it janky. I'm not. I didn't say it was janky.
They getting better every week. Everybody's telling me to get y'all. So here they go anyway. And we'll be right back. Hi, this is your boy Eric Buckner, and right now you're looking at my show, Get Off My Lawn Live, here on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Tune in each Tuesday as we talk trending topics, what's going on in my world, and the things that I feel we all need to talk about and have discussions about as people. So again, thanks for checking out the show and tune in each week for Get Off My Lawn Live. With me, your host. This is the Nighthawk Network. Our voices for our people. Nighthawk Network. All right, y'all. We are back. What's going on? Welcome back to Get Off My Lawn Live bonus edition. We talking sports with our fellas here. We got Will Muhammad and Hugh Lee. Can you hear us there, Will?
I'm hearing a lot of feedback.
Okay, now you getting feedback. Okay, what about you? You hear us, Hugh?
Yeah, I can hear you good.
Okay. I'm all right on this end. Okay, we'll work it out. Let's see. Any comments? Yep, we got a couple. Yes, I'm trying to get commercials as well. Coach will help. Yeah, H2, you know, she got her show, Hey Bitches, on Monday, 9 p.m. She can use some of that production assistance. And we got to pay that man. We'll work for profit, you know what I'm saying? When I get my money together, I'll be holler at you.
Mm-hmm.
We got to support that black business, you know? Yep, but okay, we still talking NFL right now. We in NFC, breaking down some of these teams and what their playoff chances is, or they just flat out suck. We through talking about the Cowboys, the garbage. Go on with Dak Prescott next year. We'll go for that. But in the meanwhile, let's talk about some teams that actually got a chance to do something now. We got to talk about them Packers. What y'all thinking about them Packers?
I mean, Green Bay, who Green Bay is.
Basically, Green Bay goes as far as their quarterback goes.
Yeah.
As he goes, so do they. What you think, Hugh?
Man, I think the system they put in there, man, really help out, man. You know, we all thought that at first it was just going to be more about receivers. They didn't like the draft pick when they got Love. A lot of people was pissed off with that.
I'm still mad at that.
At the same time, we know that you know, he's not a spring chicken, man. So it was good to put in somebody to learn under him, just like the whole situation with Favre. And I just feel like what they have right now, you know, Devontae Adams, Lazard, you know, and then you got like a hell of running game, man.
Mm-hmm.
And he catch the ball out the back.
Look real good.
It was a team that I looked at and I said, how would they look, or would they be too vanilla with the dink and dunk passes? Man, he's throwing the ball all down the field, whether it's a receiver, tight end, or with the running back. So, yeah, man, they've been real dynamic this year, man.
Yeah.
What you think, Will?
Yeah, I have to piggyback off of Hugh. I mean, he broke it down perfectly. I mean, Green Bay, you know, one of the things I think Bruce Arians needs to pick up the phone and call Green Bay, because here is a coach who adapted very well to his future Pro Bowl, a Hall of Fame quarterback who has a championship. I mean, look at them; they're the NFC what is that? What is that? What are we? The North?
Yeah, we're the North.
Yeah.
You
They're
know,
the leaders in the conference. Yep.
yeah,
They
they got that
the
conference
playoff spot back.
championship. What's this?
Them doggone
This
Lions.
is 3 years in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
I mean, come on. So, I mean, big kudos up to Green Bay and what they doing. I still don't like them. That
Yeah. B, if you're out
rival
there
from a
listening, I know
rivalry
that's your squad.
standpoint.
You ain't trying to hear that, but yeah, I ain't liking them Packers either. Okay, let's talk about a couple of other teams on the outside, almost quite there looking in. Let's talk about the Seahawks. They was looking real good early in the season. Now that it kind of been hit or miss. What you thinking about them Seahawks, Hugh?
Man, the Seahawks be kind of iffy, man. It's like 1 week they world beaters, man, and DK acting the fool all over the place. Next thing you know, man, they losing to the New York Giants.
Right.
You don't know about them boys, man. Everybody was looking at like when the Giants won that game, then oh man, they're gonna run through the Cardinals.
Mm-hmm.
Giants, who we thought they were.
Mm-hmm.
It's like my man's is so Jekyll and Hyde, man. He needs to get it together, man. But I think what's going on right now too, they getting these athletic, speedy rushers, man, and they up in your boy Russ face all day, every day. And it's been a problem. Whenever you got athletic linebackers and you got a good defensive line that can get at you, big ups to Joe Judge for doing that. Because that was a hell of a strategy, man. And it's like whenever you put pressure on Russ, man, he's not the same, man.
Yeah.
He go from, Superman to Clark Kent, in a heartbeat.
Okay.
Yeah, I have again, I can't say anything different outside of what and that was one of the things I have been focusing on was Russell Wilson and really looking at how Russ dealt not only with the pressure, but last year before last, Russ his anticipation, of the rush and being able to see it and having an escape plan. It looked so natural, last year before last. This year, it's like he's thinking. It's like he's already like he's counting 1001, 1002, and he's also forcing the ball. He's forcing the ball into double and triple coverage, and I'm asking myself like, what are you trying to prove?
Right.
Some guys, and sometimes let's say this, and people don't, but I think this is what happens when you start building a family. Russ is becoming more of a family, guy, and he can say what he want to say about football, and it's still first. But I think personally that Russ's mind isn't 100% on football.
Now you saying Sierra got something to do with how Russ playing?
I don't care. I mean, it doesn't matter who it was, whether Sierra Miss or anybody. Russ is not. I just don't think I don't see Russ being 150% mentally locked in on football.
I get what you're saying. I mean, because Russ got a lot of other business interests going on outside of football as well, with him doing the production studio with Sierra, among other things. So
I lost the light.
I get it. I get it. Okay, so here it is. Like I said, we got about 3 weeks left in the season. We're going to safely assume that they're going to finish the season. But, okay, if people start popping up with COVID now, they're going to start canceling some of these games?
Definitely think they will.
Why you say that, Hugh?
Like have a triple or quadruple header if they have to. NFL just as bad as college, maybe worse, man. Because we seen when the games we thought were going to be canceled or they was going to scrap games. Man, we had a double header on Monday, Tuesday, and we had a Wednesday game. It was like we damn near had football every day.
I was loving it.
I ain't mad at it. I can't admit it. I mean, some of them times was a little awkward, but that being said, so you say they finish all the games, period?
I believe so.
I think they're going to finish at least. I'll go on a limb and say at least 90, 95.
Okay, so then we hit the playoffs. Is it time to bubble everybody up, or we gonna keep going with what we got going?
Well, the NFL announced earlier today that they will not be doing a bubble. They still will be doing COVID testing. the way they've been doing it, but they've already told the teams there won't be any bubble. They're not going to mandate players to leave their families or do this and do that. So I just think it has to be, for me, players have to make a individual decision.
What
You
you think?
know, and I mean, but this is your job. This is how you take care of your family.
Okay. Now, what you
Yeah.
think, you? And I'm gonna throw a little X factor into all of this. Go ahead.
Get back on what Will said, man. You can't even say it any better. But yeah, you know they're gonna go on to do what they have to do, man, because they feel like they lost so much money already, man. You know they like the biggest money hungry corporation there is. But I definitely feel like they're gonna do everything to keep it going, man. And it's sad to say, but I don't see anything changing because it would definitely help if they would have had a bubble, which I know Roger was talking about before. They scrapped that, but yeah, because you know you want to be around your family and you know have that interaction. But you don't know, man. That might be some of the reasons why a lot of these guys are getting sick so randomly too, man. Because remember, your boy Des Bryant, man, went out there and warmed up, man. They like, oh, not so fast. You got to get off the field.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, we don't know if it was real or not. There was so many negative, positive tests in the NFL, man. It's just kind of weird the
But you
way
know,
they operate. But
and you know, and just to piggyback just on the Dez Bryant situation, one of the things I'm curious about with the NFL, if you've got a COVID test that comes back saying, you know, it's inconclusive, why would you even let that player come out until you got a negative or a positive?
First of all, and again, remember CDC guidelines that everybody seems to want to throw out the window. If you are in close contact with a person who has contracted coronavirus, you're supposed to shut everything down for 7 to 10 days with all the people that's been around them. He been in that locker room. That game, by those rules, shouldn't have been played. Baltimore was supposed to shut down that day. But when it comes to the money, it's a whole different story. So that being said, now remember, we got the vaccine out now for Pfizer. Any day now they're going to approve the one for Moderna. They're looking for people, high-profile people, mind you, to take the vaccine to show it's effective, and you should take it. They want football to be played. What's the chance that somebody put them two things together and decide, okay, yeah, we're going to play the playoffs after we take these 3 or 4 weeks to vaccine everybody?
I mean, here's the thing you run into with that because you're still walking in the land of the unknown. A lot of the results so far has been the first shot. Yeah, for the most part, everybody is good. It's the second
and I
shot.
definitely gonna talk
It's
about
the
that next
second.
week on the
It's
other
the
show. Yeah,
right. It's the second dose
that causes
that's causing the
side effects.
problems. Do you want to take that risk in during the season? I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I mean, you know, you're already risking enough, you know, with going through the COVID protocols. Now you're going to add something in that you don't even really know how it's going to affect players, and then and it affects your key players. Come on. I think I'm cool. We got the vaccines and this, that, and the other. But um, um, I think that we shouldn't be in such a hurry to rush into everything. Let it play out the way it's supposed to play out with the first responders, the people that has to deal with with people in life saving situations. Football players and athletes aren't. That's not a life saving situation. You know, they can get in line and wait.
But see, that being said, you already know, even though they have a set protocol as to who should get it and when, money talk. People jump in the line, especially people that want to be back out here. They're gonna jump the line and try to get that vaccine ahead of when they're supposed to take it.
No, I mean, as an individual, I'm a football player, but then the team or the league isn't mandating it, and that individual one, I mean, that's an individual thing. But I thought we were talking about, hey, how do we mandate? Does the NFL get into that and say, hey, all our players are going to, be vaccinated, especially going into postseason? And I just think that, in my opinion, I wouldn't do it. I think because you're dealing with unknowns. I mean, You know what you're dealing with when you're taking a COVID test. You testing these guys every day. The chances somebody's going to come back negative. I mean positive, but I don't think that in my opinion. I just don't think that's a good idea.
Now, the reason why I bring it up because today, switching to baseball, it's been talked about amongst the owners that perhaps that's the route they should go in order to start the season. So instead of starting the season on April, they want to start it in May and allow all the players to get vaccinated first and then go ahead and have the rest of a full season without the bubble or any of those other protocols. Meanwhile, the Players Association is saying, no, we've been doing fine with it the other way. We want to take all the protocols, but we want to have a full season and get our full money. What you think, Hugh?
I would go with that, man. Plan B, man. Like you said, with the vaccination, man, you never know. Like Will was saying, you never know what can happen, what effects it have on the players and athletes, and how would that affect the season, man? Like you got your star players who can be affected, and it might affect them worse than anyone else,
Right.
And then,
So yeah, let's just say that Bryce Harper or your boy in California, the golden boy
like Trout.
pops up with the Bell's palsy.
Mm-hmm.
With the
I had Bell's palsy, and I'm gonna tell y'all, it's nothing to play with.
No, it's not.
Yeah,
I actually know somebody who had that.
Yeah.
And it just hit them all of a sudden, and they ain't the same.
Yeah, I'm suffering from it right now. I don't even know if you can see the slant in my face. And then I'm constantly getting the numbness and tingling from my ear, the crown of my head, all the way down to my neck.
Right. My mother has partial facial paralysis.
Yeah, so especially to be an athlete, and to know that that's one of the potential side effects. And the problem with it is that it can last for a couple of weeks or some years.
Right.
So
Israel's saying there are two different types of vaccines. The first requires 2 doses, and the second requires 1 dose. Now, keep in mind, we're talking about that Johnson & Johnson vaccine that has not been approved yet. That's the one I'm sure you're talking about, Israel. That is supposed to be 1 dose, and that's the one they put their eggs in the basket for because not only is it a 1-dose vaccine, but it got to be kept in extreme temperatures like these other 2 that's coming out now. Keep in mind, AstraZeneca is next, and what they're liking about that particular vaccine is the fact that it can be kept at room temperature. Game changer as far as the transportation part of it is concerned. The vaccines are not 100% perfect. Yeah, that's that too. So, like you said, you get the superstar athlete that just happens to have that 10% that's going to have a severe reaction, like they have allergies, or that reaction where you get the Bell palsy, or some of the other things that have come up with some of the people in the trials. Remember, in the end, this is an experimental drug. We still don't have no long-term benefits, effects, none of that. We don't know how long it's going to give you immunity, how much immunity it's going to give you fully, etc. They still trying to determine whether or not people that have already had the virus actually have more protection than people that's getting the vaccine, or if those people should take the vaccine as well. None of these things have been tested enough for us to know.
Well, I think
take that risk.
I think the only cool part about the vaccine is that it's not actually giving you the COVID virus, so it's actually supposed to just build up your immune system, build up additional walls and everything to be able to go in and basically kind of like corral that virus, lure it in and kill it. So science is something. I'm a big fan, of science and technology, and but just as we talking about sports and we talking about it right now, I could see baseball. I mean, baseball wanted to get on right now and say, okay, hey, we want to mandate all our players to be vaccinated by spring training. Okay, cool. If the that's not something they can just jump in and say it because they have a CBA in place. And so that would be something that would have to be negotiated.
Right.
And so I don't see that happening.
Okay. I plan on addressing that next week on my other show, but we'll go there for a minute. Will any of you take the vaccine? I myself say eventually I very well probably will, but the term eventually. As of right now, at the moment, if I was eligible to take it tomorrow, wouldn't take it tomorrow. Later on down the line, yeah, I think I might take it. What about you?
I'm definitely, we'll consult my physician. I do have underlying conditions. And so definitely my physician and I, we've already had a conversation. And so at some point, I'm an iPhone user. I don't have the iPhone 12 yet. I always wait, and let the people who want to be first. I don't always have to be first on everything.
I want to see how 2.0, 3.0 go before I go and get that version. Okay, what about you, Hugh? You got some underlying conditions yourself. So how you feel about it?
This beta. You could be on beta 1, 2, 3 then. If you got the real deal, I'll probably take it then because I also have, underlying conditions and I just don't feel comfortable running right into it right now. I will have to wait and see for them to execute it and have enough people who took the vaccine who came back okay, versus not knowing what the side effects is and the harm that it can do.
Mm-hmm. So now let me get into another discussion about sports in general, because the Olympics are due to start in July. As you know, the way the vaccine production is being ramped up and the way it's supposed to all break down, basically by April, most of the people in the country should have availability to the vaccine, and most of the nation should have availability to the vaccine by, they say, somewhere around June. So with the Olympics in July, my assumption would be we have the Olympics, and more than likely they will require that all the athletes get vaccines before they play. Bottom line, are we having the Olympics in 2021? Is it happening?
I was hoping that they were going to move it to 2022. That was my hope. Because you got to look at it. We're talking about the world. We're not just talking about the United States of America being affected by COVID. And if I'm not mistaken, where's the Olympics going to be this year? Is it in Japan?
Tokyo, Japan.
Yeah, Tokyo, Japan.
Spent over $200 billion getting it ready for the Olympics.
And so, I mean, for that, I would hate to see Tokyo, Japan lose out. But for me, it would have to be, what safety, precautions, have they put in place? What are their COVID? Just all of those things are the things that if I was an athlete competing or my country, those are the things that I would be most concerned about. Because the cool part is you can put those athletes in a bubble.
Absolutely. I mean, the Olympic Village in itself is a bubble.
Exactly. So, so we talking about, I'm sorry, guys, it won't be any tours. You know what I'm saying? You're here to compete and you get ready to compete, and so it can be done. So I think that for that, if they can show that that they can keep it to a 99.9%, you know what I'm saying, no infection, then hey, by all means go ahead. The world, I mean, who's going to benefit from this? Most definitely the networks are going to make way more money than they've ever made, and I think that's who's benefited from COVID.
Absolutely.
TV
and Amazon, you better believe it.
Netflix, all of
them. Let's not forget Netflix and Disney.
Yeah, us, what we're doing,
yeah, true.
We're alternative, a source of entertainment, and for people now, more than ever. You got podcasts popping up like they never popped up before. You got Taraji P. Henson in the game.
And keep in mind, that's a good podcast. I checked it out.
I checked it out. That's why I had to throw the sister up.
I liked it. Okay, what you say, Hugh?
Yeah, man. I think right now them doing it definitely, and I ain't trying to throw no shade, but in Japan, is like a red flag, as it already is. We already know where where it originated from. So yeah, they need to stop playing.
Well, no, that was China. Now see, People get real mad when you confuse China with Japan.
But I think what he's saying is they're not that far.
Yeah, I understand what he's saying, but
from one another.
Japanese and Chinese people, they get highly offended.
Yes, they totally two different people.
I've dated a couple. Trust me, I know.
Chinese people, I'm sorry, y'all, but it came from over there. So I think right now I need to take a step back. Will, absolutely right, man. Need to get everything in order first, man. We got to see how everything gonna work out.
Well, H2 saying we need to take it one step further. She said, I think we should wait till 2024 and just keep that every 4-year cycle going. But keep in mind, you do that, some of our better athletes, they're not gonna get a chance to participate. Simone Biles, basically that would probably be the end for people like Diana Taurasi on the basketball team, and you know they say it's a possibility that Michael Phelps might get in here one more time. That'll be it if we wait till 2022 for him. You missing out on some good work if you do it that way.
But still, man, it's all about safety first, man. You know, that's what I believe is the most important.
I mean, in the end, if they can't do it safely, where all the countries involved can be properly dealt with. Because remember, it's not just the athletes coming, it's people from all over the world coming there too. So even if all the athletes are safe, if Japan still got big ass outbreaks going on, then no, we can't have no Olympics in Japan.
Right.
Remember, Tokyo, a big ass city. You got to get Tokyo under control too. And like I said, we know how we as African Americans feel about taking the virus. Nobody, at least we haven't seen in the reports of how they feel. Because remember, these viruses are coming from Germany and here. They may feel some type of way in Japan about taking the American vaccine. Because just like we don't trust some of their stuff, they don't trust some of us either.
Right.
Okay. Bring in newcomers. They have made their marks. No, I want to see Simone Biles do her thing.
I got to go with you on that, E-Buck. Who was that said that?
That was H2. And the White Mamba, the White Mamba, she got to go out the right way. I want to see her play too in one more Olympics.
Tell H2 to go ahead and have a shot of Gentleman Jack, You
heard that, H2? Okay. Hey, cuz, I see you in the house. Hey, Miss Candace, how are you? Okay. We're going to discuss a couple more things before we head out. Now, we got college basketball season going on. We already had cancellations because of COVID. Hell, my favorite women's basketball team, them Lady Huskies, they basically had to put their season on a 30-day hold while they got COVID together in their household before they started. They looking real good, by the way, y'all. Paige Beckers, remember that name. She is the next great UConn Husky. She can ball.
I'm going to have to check her out.
Check her out. She is balling. She basically is Swing Cash and Diana Taurasi mixed together.
Oh, wow.
She balling like that. And, of course, as you know, UConn already set up for years to come because not only do they got the number one recruit, Paige Beckers, playing this year, they got the number one recruit in the country coming next year and the year after that. Mm-hmm. So, UConn fell off for a few years, but they about to be back on the map. South Carolina looking good, too, in the women's division, as well as the usual suspects, the Baylors, the Notre Dames. Y'all know how that goes. Right. But let's talk about the men for a minute. Since we sitting here with three people that's from Michigan, Detroit in particular, let's talk about the Spartans and the Wolverines, two of the better teams in the country right now. Y'all didn't have a chance to check them out?
Yeah, I got a chance to check them. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Hugh.
Go ahead, Hugh.
Sharp, man. Definitely glad, man, because it's like we ain't had a lot to be looking forward to, in Michigan right now. Like sports period, we need that quicker picker-upper, man. Definitely like what they're doing. And every time I'm seeing their games, they just not beating teams. They humiliating teams, man. Definitely want to see them play good, man, for our sake, man. It's like, come on, now we're already getting kicked in the face with the Lions and, the Tigers.
Lord knows.
It's like too many teams, that's not really stepping up, man. And to see them playing, man, it's like most people be like, you either Michigan or you Michigan State. Mm-hmm. And basketball, I actually like to say, man, I root for both in this type of
I agree. And we already know Coach Izzo going to do his thing. Absolutely. But shout out to Coach Howard.
And that's what I was going to say.
I love the job he's doing right now.
But who doubted him? I just want to know who doubted Dwight. I never. It was something.
I never doubted him. Day one.
It was a look in Dwight's face
Juwan,
when he
man,
took that
Juwan.
when he did his press conference.
Uh-huh.
When he did his press conference, and I saw the emotion. I saw the genuine.
Yeah.
I saw something in him I didn't see in Harbaugh. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Yep, I agree with that.
I saw something in Dewan that I did not see in Harbaugh when he accepted the
Right.
head coaching position. And I like the fact that you could just I like how Dewan, his whole approach to just coming into coaching. He kind of like, won his championship, you know
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? Won his NBA title,
Right.
boom, 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 went to retirement and chilled.
Right.
Got himself together. I think he coached some high school ball or
Something
something.
like that, yeah.
Yeah, and didn't have the cameras on him,
Mm-hmm.
and was just, getting his mind and getting himself geared for what his number one goal was. And it was good to hear him say that was his goal. And I think that people can take a lesson from Dewan in this age of social media where we feel like we got to tell everybody what we're going to do. I like the fact that Dewan didn't throw that out there in the atmosphere to people. And when it happened, a lot of people were surprised that was even something that he aspired to do.
Right, because keep
And
in mind, him coming from the Fab Five and how
mhm,
they had the brass and the bravado, and keep in mind, I find it real interesting that at least the majority of them they went on to do real big things in the sports world. You know what I'm saying? You got Jalen doing his thing at ESPN.
mhm,
You got your boy at TNT, Chris Webber doing his thing.
mhm,
Jimmy King, he out there coaching, and I'm not quite sure what the other one's doing. Sadly, he is the other one because he's the one that didn't really jump off. But
mhm.
that being said, you got that going. Then, of course, like I said, State done had a very steady program for years now.
Mhm.
Coach Izzo, much like Coach Krzyzewski down in Duke, they're adjusting to the times. They're getting these young players that's more athletic and basically want to shoot it more and not defend as well. And they're working with them. They molding that thing, and they're making some great players out these guys.
Yeah. So
And
I'm
keep
just
in mind, Michigan and Michigan State got two of the top 10 recruiting classes in the nation coming up for next year.
no, actually, yeah, and U of M is number one.
They are number one right
They
now.
are
That's
number
correct.
one right now.
That is correct.
And they're recruiting.
Yep.
And
And
so
that pays off dividends because their women's team is in the top 10 of recruiting as well.
well, historically, when you look at it, when football has a good season, basketball kind of, they don't start off really good. And so I think that both State and Michigan both rose to the occasion, accepted the pressure that football wasn't doing that well, so they didn't have as much room for error coming in. They had to come right in, and they had to, kickstart and go, full throttle. Now, my thing is what's going to be interesting? Can they keep this pace going?
Right.
That and now we can speak on State. We know State is State, but what learning curve is Juwan and those guys, what are they going to run into
Yeah.
as we get further into the season? And
Right.
that's just going to be the real test. Sometimes teams just come out the gate, and we seeing that with Pittsburgh, kind of going back to football a little bit. We saw Pittsburgh come out the gate and go on an 11-0 run, and now we're seeing them with 2 back-to-back losses, and more than likely we'll see them with 3 back-to-back losses.
I'd say that's probably possible.
Yeah.
Okay, what you think, Hugh?
Yeah, man. We yeah, I really don't have to say much. Will said it all, but I'm gonna put in on it and say, we already know who Michigan State is, and we know how they're going to perform. And when you got someone like Izzo, who's a person that's a great coach and who gets the best out of his players, man, some of the championships they won, I'm like, damn, I'm surprised they won that championship against some of the powerhouse teams too, like the North Carolinas and the Dukes that we always see on that stage.
Right.
So we know what they're about. But when it comes to Juwan Howard and the people who he had installed in place, Just like Will said, man, they're looking like juggernauts right now. But if they get punched in the mouth by a team, lose by 20, 30 points, how will he face adversity? As a coach who's never really been there and who doesn't have the experience as a Mike Izzo, who can keep the players calm, keep them under reps, or have great game time adjustments. We got to see how he'll be able to handle that too as well. We want to see him succeed. We love Juwan. We love Michigan and what it's
Absolutely.
about. Either we take the good with the bad, man. We would take a lot of the bad with the football, but we definitely want to see him do well.
Right. Okay. H2 is saying the ACC looking pretty good too. Yep. I checked out Duke. They're not quite as the powerhouse they've been in recent years, but they're doing a pretty good job. North Carolina, they definitely improved over last year so far. Florida State looking pretty decent down there in ACC. So yeah, I would agree with that.
Yeah, those teams, you don't count those teams out. I mean, even if those guys, let's just say hypothetically, those teams came out on an 0-3. You know what I'm saying? You just don't count them out, because they relish that. They're kind of like the baiting teams. You know what I'm saying? They want to make you think they didn't fell off, and then when the big games. When those marquee games are ready to be played, those non-conference and in those conference games, they'll take a couple of L's in those non-conference games to kind of bait, their conference rivals.
Right.
They're thinking, oh, they didn't fall off.
A team that's definitely doing that right now is Kentucky. Kentucky, they didn't had a few losses, but you better believe when it's all said and done, they'll be in the mix.
But yeah, they'll be there when time counts. When it matters, they'll be there every time.
Right. Yeah, because I kind of look at the non-conference games in college basketball. I kind of look at those as like preseason. Those are more like expedition games. You know what I'm saying? And then when it's time to get in the conference and take care of business, we ready. So you definitely don't count those teams out. Those are the teams down there, the ACC. You just have to wait till the season is over with. To kind of, say what you're going to say about those guys.
And see, the thing is, and somebody asked this on the line, okay, no, I don't think COVID's going to affect college basketball moving forward. Two reasons. One, of course, vaccine, who knows if they're going to require the players to take it or not. I'm not even going there. My thing is that, remember, most of these college campuses for winter semester are going to be closed. They're going to be mainly online. So your exposure to people will be a lot less for these teams. In some cases, some of these players, they're going to be the only ones on campus. So I'm not as worried about them having COVID outbreak as I was the football players when everybody was trying to be in school.
Yeah, I think you can control 15 players, kids a lot easier than you can 53.
100 or 125.
100. Yeah. So, and you don't have to have as many coaches in basketball. You just don't have to have as many of everything. When you're talking about basketball. So I'd be surprised if we even had any COVID cases in college. And I mean, if we did, that would be something that probably a coach would probably be getting fired.
Depending on how it dealt with and how much problems. Exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. What's up, Coach Will? Big Easy. You know who that is. What up, Coach V?
What up, V? What's up, V?
I knew you check in sooner or later, my brother. What's going on? Miss Pat back in the house. Hey, exactly. That's right. Okay, now look here, y'all. We're going to talk one more topic because, we're going to try to be positive about this thing. 2021 coming up, and somewhere down the line, they're going to open stuff back up, y'all. We're going to be back in effect. It may be slightly reduced or what have you, but, all these major events, eventually, somebody going to say, let's go and try it out. Enough people have been vaccinated. Enough people out here say we got herd immunity, whatever the case may be. Let's get the venue open and put people in the seats. So, one, if that's the case, are you going to a sporting event? And if so, what's the first sporting event you're trying to go to? Go first, Hugh.
I ain't trying to go to no sporting event, man. Right about now, I'm chilling, man.
So you don't care what happened in 2021, huh?
No. I'm scared, man. I went to so many Tigers games one year. One year I went to 8 games, man. I went there. No way in hell now, man. You know what's too much stuff you can get now, man. I can get MLB TV, or I can
But
get.
Hugh, you know we said we going to the game, bruh. You ain't going with your mans.
I'm scared, but man, you know. But
all right, what about you, Coach Will? You know you like that live sports. You going?
Well, you know, I'm not scared, but I'm smart.
Okay.
I just don't think, you know, I mean, look, I'm thankful. I had a mother that prepared me and my brothers, my siblings, you know, for this time. You know, we used to be outside playing. As soon as we were right in the middle of a good game, hey, come in the house. We just had to come in and sit still. We couldn't watch TV. We couldn't read a book. We couldn't talk. We just had to sit still for 30 minutes. And so for me, I've been groomed and ready for this. So I'm not in a big hurry, man. I'm blessed, you know, to have a beautiful home, and I have all the amenities in my home to do anything that I want to do, you know, and so I can watch my sports on TV. You know, Pistons been hitting me up, you know, because I've, you know, been, you know, season ticket holder, and you know, I'm not going, you know, I'm not going to be going to any games anytime soon. I mean, because for me, if I'm running things, I'm like, hey, okay, cool. Everybody that want to attend events have to keep their paperwork showing that they were, you know, that they got vaccinated.
Right.
You know, I mean, I would be kind of like that mad scientist, like, you know, type thing. You know what I'm saying? That'd be, you have to have that along with your ticket to get in. You
And you
know,
already know how
so of
some people
course I
gonna
would
play
get in the
that.
counterfeit
I got that
business.
fake one, dog. Got that fake
Right.
one.
You know, I would get in the
And it all-
counterfeit business, and I'd be hooking everybody up with their credentials. No, I'm just joking, but no, I'm not. I'm gonna sit back and, you know, I'm gonna sit back and you know, and wait, because I'm just a numbers guy. You know, I coach 35 years based on numbers, and you know, I'm gonna, you know, wing this out based on the numbers.
Okay, here's the thing. Me myself, I say 2021 break out into two halves. It's gonna be the first 6 months where everybody either is or not gonna get vaccinated, and then it's gonna be the other half where, okay, whether y'all did or not, we opening this shit back up. We need to get our money on.
Well, I think, you know, I mean, look, I've been tested. I'm negative. You know what I'm saying? And the reason is because I've social distance. I wash my hands regularly. I was doing it before COVID because the flu could kill me.
Right.
So, and I wear my mask. Nothing would change. So
I will tell you
for
this,
me,
I don't care where I'm going in
Right.
2021 and maybe even 2022.
well, I don't know.
I'm
Did you see
still
that meme?
wearing this boy. Period.
Did you see that meme I posted?
No, I didn't.
did. Yeah, I did. I used from Mr. Clark when he was on the roof talking to the boy. And the meme I did was 2021 could be 2020 all over again, because I'm hearing so many people, I can't wait for 2021 to get here. Well, what make you think anything gonna be different? I mean, I just want to know.
I'm a realist.
I'm a realist, because I mean, look, I'm keeping it 100. Every New Year's in my 56 years of living, the next morning, if you told me it was, you know, it was a new year, I would, you know what I'm saying? If I didn't know, I wouldn't know the difference.
Right.
So, you know, I think people just, you know, this is where my spirituality comes in. We just got a lot of people who say they believe, but they're it's being tested, and a lot of people failing.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Coach V said he just got off. Everybody saying hi to everybody. I'm gonna stay home and be safe. I hear that, Miss Pat. Better safe than sorry. Laughing at me. Don't be laughing at me, Miss Pat. I hope that they don't open it up early. Will and I can't take no chances. Yeah, she has similar situation over there with being you know, pre-consistent conditions and all. So yeah, we both are diabetics, exactly.
Not only that, I have sarcoidosis.
And like
So,
I said, you know, and Will also has, not Will, but I mean Hugh, he got some issues too that you know what I'm saying? Now, okay, speaking of money, the government added stimulus checks to the coronavirus relief bill, according to my news feed on the phone. Yes, that's correct. That is supposed to be part of what they're negotiating right now. As to what amount it's going to be, according to Bernie Sanders, that I saw on CNN today, he says that they're looking at this as a down payment. it will be more relief after Biden comes into office. So that's that. Big Ten will make a big comeback in 2021, and Michigan will be at the top. I hear that. You know that's V. Yeah, them
Well,
boys.
yeah, Michigan.
Like they
No, I mean, if Michigan does everything that they're supposed to do with this recruit and these other recruits that they have coming, this is for me. 2021, Harbaugh is on the. He's up. He's on deck.
Oh
And
yeah.
he's either gonna sink or he's gonna swim.
Mm-hmm.
So that's my feeling. I mean, if there was somebody else out there that Michigan could go after and get to replace Harbaugh, I would be all for it. To be
And
quite
outside
honest,
of stealing some of the, like I said, they can somehow talk a boy out of Clemson or somebody. No, I don't even want Saban here from Alabama. I'm just saying it's gonna take somebody like that.
But why wouldn't
we?
But that's what killed me. What's wrong with if we could get any of those winning coaches that were once our adversary? You know what I'm saying?
Man, I would love Dabo. I'd love to have Sweeney here. I just don't like how certain things go on in Alabama.
Bro, look,
in charge.
But they went. Hold on. You saying you don't like what's going on?
I mean, bottom line, you can't argue the results at all.
That's
I just don't like how
we in a results business. Isn't that what we sit up here? Well, right now, it's not what we've been debating for the past 2 hours. Results. I'm gonna put my Stephen A. Smith hat on right now.
All right, go on.
I can't believe E-Buck. You saying because you don't like how certain things were done? Well, what? They won.
Okay, well, if you're gonna be Stephen A,
who debates a winner?
I'm gonna do it with it like his partner would. And get the hat and whatnot. But no, I just don't like Saban. That's my personal opinion.
Hugh,
Eric Buck.
What you say, Big Hugh?
He's wrong, man. He know I'm a Alabama fan,
and that's part of why I'm saying what I'm saying too. I know I'm getting you riled up over there.
Hey man, it's a kid down that I coach that's down in Alabama playing football right now in the high school. Dude, he's. I'm gonna tell you right now, bro. People can say what they want to say, but them kids, that state down there, they got their football. They got their football shit going on. And we can say what we want to say.
Down there. We can say
we can say what we want to say about them all because they kicked our ass. Hey,
bottom line,
if I'm gonna get it kicked, I'm gonna get kicked by the best.
Yeah, absolutely.
They getting it in. Okay, yeah. Will said the only one that could come here is Les Miles, and I ain't all that fired up about Les Miles, to be honest with you, Coach V.
I think Les is a
I think you don't get nothing better than what you get now if you bring Les Miles instead of Harbaugh, to be honest. Okay, yes, and I spoke on behalf.
Didn't Les go out winning?
On behalf of getting the coronavirus stimulus relief last night. Erica, yeah, she was on a conference call with some of the senators and stuff about the COVID bill and what we thought and all that. So yeah, she talked to them about it, and she said, yeah, run that and run another one or two. I agree. Okay, Les Miles is a winner. Yeah, but just like Harbaugh is a winner. We talk about winning or getting some championships.
Les Miles, let's keep it 100. How many Big Ten titles did Les win?
How many SEC titles? Exactly.
Yeah, SEC. How many SEC titles did Les win?
Exactly.
Okay.
He went to the ship one time, I do believe.
But he won. But he was dominating the SEC for. If you wanted to win a championship, you had to come through Les.
Right.
At the end of the day, you want someone who understands. See, it's a lot. It's a lot to coaching. There's a lot of layers to coaching. So the first layer to coaching on that college level, is how.
All right, hold on, y'all. I usually don't take no call-ins, but I got to make an exception here. Go ahead and speak your piece, caller.
Man, it is here, man. Hold up.
Coach V in the house, y'all. Go ahead, Coach V.
What's up, Big E?
What up, man? Go ahead, have at it.
It is here. Only person out there. Yeah, Harbaugh is a winner. He ain't won nothing though in the Big Ten. So he ain't a winner. He ain't a winner yet.
Yeah, this ain't Stanford. You got a point.
If he wins something in the Big Ten, then we can say he a winner. Les Miles went to LSU, and what? He won championship. He won the SEC. He won the national championship. Where he at now coaching, he can't win nothing because he ain't got the recruit and nothing now.
Yeah,
Come on now.
Kansas only gonna get him so far. Agreed. But yeah, like I said, maybe we need to come out of the tradition of getting Michigan men, or maybe we need to get some of them younger guys a shot. Remember, we had this discussion.
I mean, it ain't just that. It ain't just that. Michigan need to get out of that Bo Schembechler style playing football.
That's true.
Period.
Yep. Hold on, Coach. What you think about that, Hugh?
Man, they need to do something better than what they've been doing, man. Because it seems like sometimes they be lost when
Let me hear what you got to say.
You say it again, Coach.
Bama.
He said, "Come on, Bama. What you saying? Let's hear what you got to say, Bama."
Yeah, man. Why y'all keep my boys like that?
That's
man.
his squad, man. You know you're hurting his heart, Coach V.
As much as I feel like how good they have been in the past.
Hold on. Yeah, go ahead, Hugh.
Like they're not doing, man. I don't want to live in the past. I want to live in the present right now with Michigan, man. The product they're putting out there, man, I just don't feel like it's Michigan-ish that we used to seeing, man. And I just feel like if Les Miles was the man that they wanted, I wouldn't mind seeing that. But I just feel like right now, if we could get somebody who could win or winning tradition, I would like to get that, man. I feel like we had it all with Harbaugh. But, man, his old school style of coaching, man, is definitely not going to get us anywhere. And it hasn't got us anywhere. So
I have to agree. Okay, hold on, Coach V. I got one more question. I want to let you go, bro. Okay, the question is 2021 and it's time to go out here. They done opened up everything for us to go to sports. Are you attending a sporting event? And if so, which one you attending?
You talking about they finna open up?
I'm saying in 2021 when they open everything back up and they're saying, okay, we can have sporting events again.
Listen, I'm a sports guy. And I'm gonna be masked up, gloved up, and everything else.
I know that's right. Bottom line.
Hold on. And I'm gonna make sure if I'm sitting in the seat, I'm gonna have 2 or 3 seats empty. Ain't nobody sitting next to me.
You ain't gonna sit next to your boo, Coach?
That's the only one gonna sit next to me. I don't know. You can't sit. If you ain't got no mask on, you definitely can't sit.
I ain't mad at that, Coach. Okay, we about to let you go, man. Thanks for checking in. I appreciate you.
All right, big Coach Phil. Y'all stay easy, man. Love y'all, man.
For sure. Yeah, that was Coach V. That was Coach V checking in to the show. We appreciate you, Coach V. Okay, let's see what we got going on. Okay, Miss Pat is saying, I still don't think it's enough. The United States is the richest country, and they can do better. Absolutely, they can. Hopefully, they will.
Yes, man.
Okay, that being said, y'all, we about to wrap it on up. I've been talking to my partners here, Hugh Lee, Will Muhammad. Thank y'all very much for joining the show. A lot of discussion as always with both of you, brothers. You know, I'll be kicking it with y'all on the side, you know, when we have our usual discussion times. Again, y'all, this is Get Off My Lawn Live, the bonus edition, part of the Nighthawk Network, as I call it. We got other shows on deck, like this show right here. Go on, tell them about that show right quick, Will. Uh-oh. We don't hear you, Will.
Can y'all hear me now?
There we go.
Yeah.
My bad. I turned my mic off because I didn't want to interrupt.
Yeah, I got you.
But Pure and Uncut, live with Coach V and me. That's me. Every Sunday, 12 noon. We got another great show coming up this weekend. This coming Sunday, so make sure y'all tune in with us. We got some women's football owners.
Oh,
they're
wow.
going to be joining us on the show from down south. So want y'all to tune in, kind of get an opportunity to see what it's like being an owner.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Okay. All right. So we got that show going on. We also got Hey Bitches. Y'all see H2 been in the house. Well, Helena Holmgren, we also got the remixes of Hey Bitches with her alter ego Derek. You can catch them pretty much daily or whenever the mood hits him. Then we got Dish and Tea with Big Meech, Aunt Nikki, Big Red. You should have them on tomorrow night. They ain't been in a minute, so hopefully we can go ahead and catch them. Shout out to you, Meech, if you're listening, man. Come on back. We got Monumental Moments with God's Word with Dr. Marla Facey, who was my host yesterday. Her show is Thursday nights. Please check it out. For Show Radio. Now, I was supposed to have my man's on the Cardinal Dave Bomar tonight. He was busy getting his work on. You kept the rebroadcast. Come on, man.
Yeah,
Dave was playing together so y'all can get on the show.
He
y'all
was
ain't
supposed to
did your
get on my
own
show too. He be talking about the man, but he let the man work
right.
Bitch slap him.
Right. What part of the game is that, Dave? Get on back up in here. And then, of course, I got my guy Stan Mason behind the blue curtain. Shout out to all the people in that network as well. That comes on Saturday. They talk policing issues and more. Excellent panel of guests and hosts that he has every Saturday. Looking forward to that.
I got to get on that show one day.
Yes, you do, sir. Yes, you do. Yeah, if you heard that, Stan, let's make it happen, bruh. Okay. Thank you, Eric, Will, and Hugh. Thank you, Israel. We appreciate you tuning in. Good night, guys. Have a wonderful evening. I'll be there Sunday. We know you will, H2.
Hey, Big Hugh, man, I got to get you on the show, man, because man, I love working with you, bro. This was really an honor. I really appreciate it. Thank you all so much.
I enjoy it always, brother. Oh wow, women owners. Yep, that's right, Miss Pat. They have some quality guests on the show as always. You definitely gonna check that out. And I got previous episodes of all these shows on the Nighthawk Network. Feel free to go on and check them out. We would appreciate that. So, okay, fellas, we're gonna go ahead and call it an evening. This has been Get Off My Lawn, the bonus edition, sports edition. Like I said, don't be mad if we do this again, y'all. We had a lot of fun with it. We broke it down and all that good stuff. So until next time, people, we about to check on out. I'm about to play one of them janky commercials on the way out the jail. Thank y'all, fellas, for checking in with me and having this discussion. And I will catch you guys. Okay, for the people strictly on my Nighthawk Network, we're going to have Get Off My Lawn, the After Dark edition. We're going to talk about some very mature things. I'm not even going to put the topic out there, but yeah, it's for mature audiences only. In other words, relatives, don't be on here because what I'm going to talk about this week, y'all don't need to be hearing about that.
I have virgin ears.
Yeah, if like I said, that's only for the Get Off My Lawn Nighthawk Network people only because it's about to get deep in there, y'all. So anyway, that's gonna be 12 a.m. Me and Helena or Derek, one of them will be here, and we're gonna talk about it. Until then, y'all be safe. Hey,
I'm about to check out this Lakers game.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna be on that right now. Y'all wear this boy, okay? Put it on right, put it on tight. No face, the whole deal. Y'all be safe out there. Until next time, we out, y'all. Peace
out. Peace.
Hi, this is your boy Eric Buckner, and right now you're looking at my show, Get Off My Lawn Live, here on Facebook Live and YouTube Live. Tune in each Tuesday as we talk trending topics, what's going on in my world, and the things that I feel we all need to talk about and have discussions about as people. So again, thanks for checking out the show and tune in each week for Get Off My Lawn Live with me, your host.